And I am live. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are tuning in. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. My name is Yana. I live in Canada and I'm streaming live from my business page. Today is day 19. Hold on. Yeah, day 19 of Goal Live Challenge. And today I'm here to talk about why so many smart people stay stuck. So, I've noticed this. Some of the smartest, most capable people stay stuck when they start this business, not because they're not good enough. It's because they overthink and overanalyze and doubt themselves and play small, because they're cautious, because they're scared, because you know, they think they're being smart and being like careful, not going too fast or whatever. No, but they playing small and they doubt themselves and overthink and overanalyze everything before they do anything, right? So they're trying to make everything perfect before they do anything, and they're wasting time by doing that. So one of the biggest reasons, like I mentioned, is fear. Oh, it's fear of judgment. Yeah, we all have that, especially when it comes to working online or building a business on social media. There's always that fear that people worry about what people would think, who's watching, who's judging, who's focusing on their flaws, and everything. Because you know they imagine people sitting and then they're just watching them and judging them and make fun of them and laughing at them and criticizing them. Which, don't get me wrong, here's the truth. Yes, they are people like that. Like, I know one of them, um pretty good. She's a person who's been harassing me for about 10 years, a decade. Yeah. And she's been watching me on my business page from the beginning. I was I was self-conscious about it because I knew, somebody is there outside, stare like spying on me and looking at my page, every little move I make, and just making ridiculous posts afterwards, screenshotting my pictures and calling me names and pointing out my flaws. Oh, she's fat, she's this, she's that. Oh, she's ugly. um she's running a scam, da da da, everything that um just to make you feel bad, just to bring you down, just to make fun of you, right? And those people, it says so much about them, when you see those people that do stuff like that. And yes, they are people like that, and that has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with them, their insecurities, their not being happy with what they are or who they are or how their life is. So they sit and watch other people and judge and make fun of, and like this lovely lady who's trying so hard for 10 years to ruin my life. Screenshotting my pictures and calling me names and all kinds of things, like disgusting comments about me, my son, my husband, my whole family, my sisters, my mom, everything. Like, whatever she could find, she said it. So trolls, that's what they call, trolls like this, they're all over the internet. And people who spend their time criticizing and making fun of other people usually aren't busy building anything meaningful. They're not doing anything for themselves. They're not growing, they're not creating, they're not focused on improving their own life. They're usually in a really bad situation, and they're too scared or too just meh, don't really care about working on themselves or bettering themselves. So there's no growth. So that's why they have a lot of time to just sit there and judge you, watch you, and point out your flaws, and thinking that that's going to make you feel so bad. And, but at the end of the day, you laugh at those people because, it says so much about them than, It's all about them, their insecurities, their fears, their hatred. So they're not creating, they're not focusing on anything meaningful, they're not focusing on improving their own lives, because people who are actually working on themselves and they're building something meaningful, and they're busy with their business and everything, they don't have the time to sit and judge other people, or they don't have the time to just, you know, spy on somebody, keep screenshotting their pictures and making old comments and making new like fake profiles just to bring someone down, just to call somebody names, and I don't know, just to make themselves feel better. That says a lot about them. So it has nothing to do with you. So you don't have to worry about that. Those kind of trolls that they watch you and criticize you and everything, you know, they have no life. They have no seriously anything meaningful to work on, right? They have all the free time in the world to sit and stare at other people's lives and make fun of, or they don't have the time. The people that they're actually building businesses, creating income, chasing time freedom, they don't have that free time to judge and troll other people online. So those people, they understand the process. They respect the courage that you had. It took to start something new from scratch, and they know exactly what it feels like to build something new. And once you start your own business, you realize something powerful. The people who matter aren't judging you, and the people who judging you really don't really matter at all. So I'll be honest. At the beginning, I was terrified of judgment too. I was terrified of that stalker of mine to be, all over my page and judging me, which she did. She did every other month. There was a new fake profile with my pictures and my husband's pictures, my kids' picture and everything, and all kinds of bad, like nasty comments, and calling me, like calling my husband names, me calling my 5-year-old son all kinds of names, and she did. So I was terrified of that at first. It used to bring me down. It used to bother me a lot when not everybody, I didn't hear anything from anybody else. It's just that one psychopath that she was on my case for 10 years. It's been 10 years. So, hi, coach. Thanks for watching. I'm talking about why so many smart people still get stuck, because they scared of judgment, scared of people judging them. That's one of the reasons. And then, I was scared of, what people say about me if I start my own business, if I leave the bank, work at the bank. You're leaving corporate, you're leaving the steady paycheck, and you're just starting to start your own business, something for yourself. And then once I stopped, I started working on myself. I started believing in myself, trusting myself, and trust in my abilities. And then once you see the result of your efforts and focus, you, you won't even notice negative comments, negative people's, ridiculous comments about you, because who cares? You're building something real for yourself and you're getting results. So why would you even have to care? Right? So yeah. Um, it's just yeah, it's ridiculous. And once you truly believe you can make it, you stop caring about these things, people's opinions. It doesn't matter, especially from people who aren't even playing the same game. They're not even in your level. So what's the what's the point of listening to those comments, or even letting those comments affect you and your progress, your whatever you're doing. So that's when you feel free, when you stop caring about opinions, especially people that, doesn't matter their opinions. So that's when you feel free, and that's when you actually start to thrive. Another reason smart people stay stuck is overthinking, overanalyzing. They overanalyze everything. They wait for the perfect time, perfect execution, you know? Um, they they want certainty before they act, they move. And that overthinking doesn't really protect you, it slows you down. So you waste time thinking instead of testing, planning instead of doing, you know, oh my God, com- contemplating. It's so hard. That word, I always have problem with it. Contemplating instead of learning through action. You know, like I mentioned before, progress over perfection. Always, always. Even the messy moves, even messy, not perfect action, it's better than staying still and wait for the perfection, you know? So the third reason is people playing small. Smart people usually they often like very cautious. Very cautious. They're afraid of wasting their time and wasting their money, you know, but they're wasting their time. So they're afraid of wasting money and afraid of making the wrong moves, afraid of risking too much, right? So they move small, but expect big results, which it doesn't make sense, right? That rarely works. So people who get big results usually don't play small. They go all out. They risk it and they commit, they decide, and they go all in. And that's why they grow and get big results. You don't get big results from playing small. You have to risk. There are some calculated risk that you should take and some risk that is too risky. Yes, no. I'm not encouraging everybody to take all kinds of risk. No, calculated risk. And because staying safe, feel comfortable, people like to stay, play small and stay safe. But it keeps you exactly where you are and there's no growth in it again and you're stuck, right? The moment you stop caring about judgment, stop overthinking and overanalyzing everything and stop playing small, that's when things shift. And that's when smart people finally move forward. Once you believe in yourself, you trust in your own abilities, and you take the risk and take the proper steps forward and not playing small anymore, that's when you thrive. And that's when everything changes. So that was a topic I wanted to talk to you about today, and that was actually it hit home because I remember when I first started, I was so terrified of people's opinions, people's judgments, especially that stalker that I had. Like I was like every little thing that I was posting, I right away I was imagining that person is like looking at it and laughing at me and da 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 da, da making fun of me and everything, even though there was nothing to make fun of, but it was just because of this person harassing me for past 10 years. It was kind of, you know, hacked in my head that whatever I do, she's staring. And that's actually truth. Unfortunately, like I said, people like this, they have a lot of free time and they just, because they're sick in the head, um, mentally, they're not stable. And they like to talk and judge and make fun of because they think that make them feel better or make them look better. I don't know how they think. Their mentality, it doesn't make sense to me. Otherwise I would understand her motives, but it doesn't make sense. So I was very nervous. I was terrified at the beginning, of course, but not anymore. I realized that she has no power over me, and her judgment, all her, pointing out my flaws and making fun of me or whatever, that doesn't do anything to me. That doesn't stop me from getting to my goals. It doesn't stop me from thriving. or growing my business. So let her talk, let her say whatever she wants for herself. And she's just, you know, I feel sorry for her, first of all, but that's someone that 10 years need to, you know, try her absolute best to ruin somebody else's mental health or life or credit. Like, yeah, she tried to ruin my credit. She tried to, you know, she says so many things to my husband, thinking that he's gonna divorce me or something just because this crazy person talking, saying things that is not true. And my husband know me better than anybody else. So, and that even angry, made her more angry. So anyway, that should be your response or your reaction to trolls, to people that they sit and judge and criticize, because you should know that people who are actually doing something with their lives, and they actually growing, they're learning, they're improving themselves, and they're working on their business, or building something big and meaningful. They don't have the time or the patience, or you know no interest to talk about other people or judge other people and sit and watch every little move to just to find something to laugh about or make fun of. No, people, the healthy people, the normal, stable people, they don't do that. So that shows what kind of person they are. So it has nothing to do with you. Don't take it personally. Don't let it affect you in any way, and move forward, and you'll be just fine. And let them watch you getting more results, getting more mature, growing up, growing, and your business having results. Let them watch. And that's the worst thing they could see. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you happy. But keep on growing and be happy, just to let them know that they have no effect on your life, your mood, your attitude, your behavior, your mental health, nothing. So, anyway, that was a topic I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I hope you all have a great day. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another live session.